Hey, thanks for listening to this Trainer Spotlight episode on Fitlete Radio. My name is George Pagan III. Let's meet our coach.
Yeah, hi, I'm Dan Stephenson, personal trainer, educator, and founder of Ideal Strength in Washington State. I've been in the fitness industry for about 20 years, and I help both everyday athletes and other fellow coaches train with purpose. I earned my Bachelor of Exercise Science via Eastern Washington University, and my career has been dedicated since then to helping people move better, feel stronger, and train with clarity and intent. I specialize in strength and conditioning, movement assessment, and helping people navigate through real life stressors, whether that's injuries, schedule chaos, or just getting back into shape after a long break. I work with clients both in person and online, both in an individual format as well as a group based format through my online coaching platform. And I'm big on simplifying complex ideas so people can train smarter, not just harder. And at the end of the day, it's about showing up, doing the work, but knowing why that work matters.
I know you're an awesome coach and take your job seriously, but to get to know you a little bit more, can you tell us a funny story about your life that happened outside of coaching?
Yeah, one story of mine, one of the more unexpected moments in my life came when I was convinced last minute to jump into my very first powerlifting meet about 15 years ago. I wasn't familiar at all with the sport of powerlifting. I knew generally about it, but never, not really how it operated. I had been lifting, but wasn't remotely prepped for it and definitely didn't have the right gear. So someone extended an invitation to my training partner, who is now my wife, Tasha, 2 weeks prior to the competition. And Tasha and I just looked at each other and said, we're in. Next thing I know, I'm in a warehouse on the Seattle Pier in a multi-sport event with CrossFit going on in one corner, weightlifting going on in another corner. I think there was strongman in there as well. And I'm in my very first ever spandex wrestling singlet that I rush ordered days before. It was chaos, fun chaos, but what struck me the most was how different it felt from controlled gym training as well as the embracing and supportive environment from fellow competitors, something I did not realize about that sport. So I walked away with two things: a new passion for a sport that I knew very little about and ended up having a profound impact on how I approach training, both myself and clients, in terms of performance. And second, a huge reminder that sometimes the best growth happens when you're unprepared, but you show up anyway. That mindset stuck with me in training, coaching, and business.
We can't train everyone exactly the same. Our clients come to us having different life experiences and sometimes force us to think outside the box when it comes to their training. As a coach, how do you problem solve with your clients who come to you with some common aches, pains, injuries, some physical limitations, or previous traumas so they can still get the results that they want and the ones that they came to you for?
Love this question. When clients come in with limitations like old injuries, chronic pain, any kind of movement restrictions, my first priority is actually to listen that I can understand the whole picture. I want to figure out, where is it coming from? What's been tried before? And what, if anything, are they actually afraid of? Sometimes it's going to be mental more than it is physical. From there, I assess their movement, make any kind of modifications that we need to figure out what they can do, and then try to rebuild their confidence through smart progression strategies. So we adjust the plan, not the goal. So I treat it as a collaboration. I'm big on that. I'll bring my experience and eye for movement and allow them to bring their lived experience so that'll help guide where we go next. And that combination has proven to be pretty powerful. Often it's not just about avoiding pain, but also helping somebody realize they're more capable than they once thought, even if they have to get there in a different way.
Just like we are, most of our clients are spending time on social media and can get information from other people in their family and social circles. When questions come up during coaching calls and training sessions, how do you address some of the common misconceptions around nutrition and exercise with these clients?
Another great question. When a client brings up a fitness or nutrition belief that doesn't quite line up with current evidence, I make it a point not to jump into giving advice right away. Instead, I try to get curious. I'll ask questions like, where did you pick that up? What's your experience been with that approach so far? This gives us room to have a conversation instead of me giving a correction. Because the reality is, people don't show up looking to be told that they're wrong. They're looking to be heard and understood. And when someone feels heard, they're far more open to exploring new information or trying something different. It's important to never make somebody feel dumb for believing something that's been repeated over and over. Instead, give them the tools to think critically so that they can leave the session a little bit smarter, not just sweatier. So, two books that really help shape this part of my coaching style are from Michael Bungay Stanier, and that's The Coaching Habit and The Advice Trap. They both focus on resisting the urge to solve everything immediately, kind of going right to being the evidence person, and instead asking better questions, staying curious for longer, and then inviting the client into the process. And that's where real rapport and trust can be built, and then the real change can come from. So rather than pushing back with facts, I try to explore the belief with them, and then together we can uncover what's helpful, coming to a common ground, what's holding them back, and how to move forward in a way that feels informed and empowering. Also, a bonus, they will actually be more likely, in my experience, to stick to what is said because they were a part of the conversation and decision making process.
Our clients can come to us for many reasons, and often they tell us in their consultations or new lead questionnaire that they have multiple goals or they're trying to work on a couple of things. Usually it's not just one sole specific thing. How do you approach goal setting with these clients who have multiple objectives when you ask them about what their goals are?
So it's super common for someone to come in saying, I want to lose fat, I want to build muscle, I want to fix my back, I want to get ready for a Spartan race. All of these are great goals, but if we chase them all at once, we'll likely miss them all or not be as effective achieving them. So my job is to help them prioritize and create a timeline that fits their life. What needs to come first? Where can we get early wins? I try to break them into short, medium, and long term focus areas so we're not just spinning wheels. Oftentimes, this looks like a periodized plan that makes sense, where we can start to see some progress and some results, and then they'll build on those results and hopefully achieve these different goals that they're chasing. It's also about aligning the expectations. So you can have it all, but it's often foolish to chase them all at once. I'd rather build consistent habits now and layer complexity later. And that's how you build momentum and avoid burnout.
I believe all coaches should have similar baseline knowledge before starting to work with people. And I'm building Fitlete to help bridge some of these gaps that exist in our exposure to education. What experiences or qualifications do you think are crucial for coaches to have in order to deliver the best service they can for their clients?
In my view, there are three key pillars that every coach should strive to build early in their career. That's hands on experience with clients in real life, technical knowledge, and then a genuine care for the people that they serve. So, first, with the hands on experience, nothing substitutes real world in the trenches, working with clients, coaching a wide variety of different clients with different ages, different body types, different goals, teaches you the nuance that no textbook really can. You learn how to adjust on the fly, which happens often in busy gyms, how to read between the lines, and how to actually lead a session, not just instruct it. The second is the technical knowledge. That includes understanding programming principles, being able to clearly demonstrate and cue different exercises, know how many exercises are realistic to put in a session, uh, create functional balance between the exercises, how to progress, regress as needed, really knowing how to design training that fits somebody's needs, not just a general template that you use with multiple clients. Without a solid foundation in exercise science and coaching mechanics, it's really hard to create long term success. And third, maybe most important, is the ability to truly connect. That means listening, communicating clearly, and genuinely caring about your client's progress. No one cares how much you know if they don't feel like you're in it with them. Something that really helped me tie all these together was mentorship. Having a great mentor can accelerate your growth by years. They help you see your blind spots, sharpen your thinking, and build confidence during those early stages of your career. I believe every coach should seek out somebody who's been where they're trying to go. Because at the end of the day, the certifications and credentials matter, but they're just a starting point. It's your experience, your curiosity, and your commitment to showing up for your clients that really sets you apart?
Our industry is evolving every step of the way, and we're getting to the point where it's essential to have some sort of technology within your business for both the experiences you can deliver for your clients and your ability to grow sustainably. How do you use technology to assist you in your coaching as a coach and behind the scenes as a coach that nobody really sees?
As technology continues to advance at a pretty rapid rate these days, something to keep in mind is technology is a tool. It should support coaching, but not replace it. So, from the client's perspective, technology can enhance the experience in really meaningful ways while streamlining some of the work on the back end for you as well. So, whether it's the convenience of accessing a full program from their phone, tracking progress in real time, receiving automatic reminders for check ins or calendar appointments, it should remove friction. So, even something as simple as having a professional looking program layout or branded dashboard that your clients access can build trust and confidence. These small touches often reinforce that this isn't just a hobby, but rather a professional service that you're providing. So, on the back end, I use technology to streamline scheduling reminders, invoice creation, some email follow ups, and feedback collection. These different platforms that allow for this help me to stay consistent and responsive while freeing up more of my time to actually coach and build relationships. Ultimately, the technology should be an enhancement, not a replacement for human connection. My goal is always to use these tools to create a better, more accessible coaching experience without losing the personal touch that makes it meaningful.
Dan, thanks so much for coming on and sharing some great info about yourself. If I'm not mistaken, I believe Dan and I met at the Raise the Bar conference in the second year of the event when it was held in Dallas for the first time. We had sat near each other and met during some of the planned social times that they had during the event between presentations. That was one of the real benefits of the Raise the Bar conference. These little breakout icebreaker sessions where you got to meet people who were sitting around you that you did not come with or have no idea who they were before these little breakout sessions, and it really made the event have a more at home type feel rather than being a stranger in the crowd. As you heard, Dan is just an absolute impressive coach and person. We connected on some similar general population clients or some similarities between our general population clients, and we have caught up each year that we have both attended similar events or the same events. And I'm glad you got to know Dan a little bit more through this episode. Check out the show notes to see how to contact him best. That's all for this episode. If you want to learn more about Fitlete, possibly get your own episode, visit fitlete.com. That's Fitlete.com. Thanks, and I'll talk to you soon.